Hello everyone and welcome. If you do any type of woodworking and have been thinking about buying a new planer, you're in luck. Today I'm going to be reviewing this new planer that I just got from Topshak. Now I already have a planer that I've had for many years. My current planer is an old Ryobi planer that's done the work I've needed it to do over the past few years. But it's a rather small unit, as I will show you later. For my new planer, I wanted to get something bigger that I could use in more projects. This planer from Topshak is larger and more powerful than my Ryobi planer, plus it can also be used as a bench mount unit. In other words, you can use this planer as a jointer if you buy the proper attachment. So let's unbox this bad boy and see what I have today. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce a new product review video or DIY video. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Here's a shot of the box for you, and let's unbox this puppy and see what I got. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. Now this is the EP3 planer from Topshak, available on Banggood, link in description below. At the making of this video, this whole kit retails for $69.99. Now what do you get in the box? Basically what you get is the unit itself, you get a dust collection bag, you get a dust collection adapter so you can hook up your shop vac to it, and I'll show you the ports and everything in a moment. You get a parallel guide for more precise cuts, and you get all sorts of attachments and stuff like that so you can mount it up on a bench mount unit, all that kind of good stuff, if you buy the optional bracket that you can get for that. And you also get the owner's manual that tells you everything about the unit, warranty, how to maintain it, all that kind of good stuff. Let me move all this stuff around and I'll tell you more about the unit itself. Alright, so let's talk a little more about the unit itself. Now, the dimensions on this unit are 14 inches in length, 7 inches in width, total inches with the motor and everything, and 8 inches in height to the peak of the handle over here. Now this unit weighs 8.8 pounds, so it's a big boy. It's not a little lightweight. And the warranty on this is 12 months or 1 year. Now this unit is powered by a 1200 watt 10 amp motor that puts out 1600 RPMs. Now this unit does have a side chute that you can see right here, and it is set up to accept a shop vac. You can see the side chute right there. It is already set up to accept a shop vac. And what you do is if you want to use the bag that comes with it, you use this adapter to put on the bag, and then this goes into the chute right there. So that's how that goes. So it's already set up for most size shop vacs. Now this unit supports being mounted on a platform. If you get the optional platform, you can buy that separately and you can use this as a bench mount unit, which means you can literally turn this into a jointer. And it is big enough. Like you can see right there, it has a nice big platform for a lot of precise cutting. It is not a small planer. And that's the reason that I got this, because I wanted a bigger planer. And the good thing about this unit, it has a precision cut aluminum bottom to get you even better cuts, more precise cutting. It also has 3 grooves built into the bottom for chamfering of different size wood material. And like I said previously, the parallel guide that comes with it is for giving you more precise cuts. Now, the details on this unit, so you know exactly what it can do. The planing width is 110 millimeters or 4 3/8 inches. The planing depth is up to 3 millimeters or 1/16 of an inch. And the shiplap depth is up to 14 millimeters or 9/16 of an inch. So you can use this for all sorts of different types of woodworking, whether it's cleaning up rough lumber, planing away wood chips, splinters, misshaped edges, excess wood, shaping the wood to whatever shape you want it to be, etc. That's what planers are good for. That's what this unit is good for. Alright guys, so as I promised, here's a comparison between the two that I have, the two planers that I have. Here's my old Ryobi, and here's the new Topshak. And you can see visually the difference between the two. This is only a 5 amp motor, this is a 10 amp, so much bigger. They both spin at 1600 RPMs. This is only 3 1/4 inch width on the platform. This is 4 3/8, so much bigger. And this one can be mounted on the platform to be used as a jointer or used on your countertop. This one cannot. So a lot of different benefits from one to the other. So let me give you some side shots and stuff like that so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and why I went to a much bigger unit. So as you can see, the Topshak is a much bigger unit than the Ryobi over here. And that's one reason I decided to try the Topshak this time, because it seems to be a very good quality brand. I've been trying a few of their products lately, and they seem to be good quality and better pricing than the Ryobi. So instead of getting another Ryobi, I decided to try a Topshak this time. So now let's go ahead and try and see how this baby cuts. Alright guys, so here we have a nice big chunk of lumber that is a good piece of lumber, but it's actually fairly tired and worn out and looking pretty ragged. So if you wanted to use a nice big lumber like this for a decent project, you'd have to clean it up somehow. And that's what this planer is good for. Clean up the exterior, get it down to the dimensions that you want to use for your project, and make it look really good. So I'm going to go through right now and clean this up just a little bit just to show you what this planer can do. I'm not going to make it perfect. This is only a demonstration. But this is 4 inches across. And that is what a big planer like this is really good for. It can handle it in one pass instead of with a smaller planer you have to make multiple passes and you can get an uneven cut. So this puppy can handle it really good. And I've only set it to halfway through what this guy can really do. So let's see in one pass what it'll do and take off more if we need to. I didn't want to get too aggressive and take off too much all at once. So let's take a look and see what this guy can do. And that shows you right there what a nice clean job it leaves. And I only made one pass and I didn't make it perfect, but you can see right there, I can feel with my finger the difference of the two surfaces, the old one and the new one. And it is super smooth and super clean. Like I said, if you get this angled properly, you can make one straight cut and clean up the whole surface all at once. Let me move you over so you can see a little bit better. And there you go. You can see exactly how smooth this really is. Instead of a rough, jagged finish like this over here, this is really nice and smooth. And I'm going to take off a little bit more and bring out some of that nice, clean lumber. If I had been more aggressive, it would have taken off more. Remember, it is adjustable right here at the front. I only took off half of what it can do. So let's do a little bit more. And look at what a nice clean job it does. My goodness, that is almost perfect, ready for staining and everything right there. If you wanted to use this and make it look good, it's ready to go. I mean, maybe a slight, very light sanding to open up the pores and so forth and get it really prepared, but that's ready for staining right there. So that is a really good planer. Does a really fantastic job. And if you pan over here, let me move the camera, you'll see the difference. Look at the difference right here from the wood that I just cleaned and this one right here that is not clean. Very huge difference. And I can feel it with my fingers. You guys may not be able to see it from the camera, but I can feel the lump right there, the bump where the planer stopped. So that tells you how much a nice clean piece of wood it took off right there. So there you have it. And if you wanted to chamfer the edges, let's say right here is a nice hard edge. If you wanted to round it off a little bit for whatever reason you may have, let me show you right now how you can round that off. And it does have the 3 grooves built into it so you can select which one you want to go. I'm just going to make a pass regardless of the grooves and so forth. This is only a demonstration to show you what it can do on there. So let's see how that works. And there you go. You can see how that cleaned it up right there. You see it stops right here. You see the hard edge, and then you see the chamfering right there. And you can go further if you needed to. But that shows you right there how it rounds off the edges if you needed to. All right, guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of the Topshak 1200 watt 10 amp planer. I think this is a really good planer for the money. If you're looking for a large capacity, powerful planer at a reasonable price, I suggest you look into this unit. Comparing this unit to my old Ryobi planer, I'm very satisfied. This unit has a lot more power and can cut through larger pieces of lumber at about the same price as what I paid for my old Ryobi. I just cut through a large 4-inch piece of lumber with no trouble whatsoever. It took off a large amount of material with no hesitation. Check out the Banggood website for complete details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.